What's going on? So, where was Rob De Niro turned down Do the Right Thing? He was gonna play Sal. How might that have been different? And of course, if you are Spike Lee, of course you want to have Robert De Niro in one of your movies because you're talking about one of the greatest decorated actors ever, and Spike Lee is one of the most important decorated directors ever. And of course, Spike Lee growing up in New York, you couldn't avoid more than Scorsese. Of course, obviously, you'd want that, and to put that on your belt that you had De Niro in one of your films, and it would have been interesting. Um, but the thing is I don't know if De Niro doing that kind of character would necessarily been able to pull that vibe out. Danny Aiello pulled that vibe out so well that it was almost like he was born to do that role. I remember thinking about how his reach, his mannerisms, his the way he enunciated was just so authentic. Uh, Remembering what he did, it was like, wow, he really captured the essence of Sal. And if you've ever been in Little Italy in New York or anything like that, there's a certain way cats talk, certain tone, or anywhere there with pizzerias or anything in a certain area, you're just like familiar with that. So he definitely resonated. I think Danny Aiello was the right choice. I'd be hard pressed to think of anyone else who could have probably pulled that off. As a matter of fact, I'm really thinking that, hmm, what movie that has Spike Lee done that if he had been in his peak and prime with Rob De Niro, which they could have really done, because it had to be something that you didn't expect. Maybe some crime thriller or something scientific or some love story, something that you wouldn't assume, but not that because Danny Aiello really was Sal's Pizzeria, and it just hit. It just hit. The imagery hit too, because with the tutorials, John and John and Nicholas, Nick tutorial, that really hit. I mean, that really you felt that correlation. So I think, and also, in all due respect too, Rob De Niro back then, if he's in anything, it kind of overshadows the movie. Because if you think about it, if the movies hit big, they're gonna say Robert De Niro, and if it don't say, they'll say Do the Right Thing was what, because that name and cachet. And one of the things that worked in Spike Lee's role in favor is at the time, nobody that was in his films until probably when Denzel Washington did Malcolm X did any of the actors or people tower over his work because at that time as the director he had that kind of vibe where he was in tune to who he was directing, much along the lines of what Woody Allen did. And you can almost say that Spike Lee is kind of like a black version of Woody Allen with the kind of intricacies of New York and the separate sections and how they, but except he got more people of ethnicity. He represents better than Woody Allen ever did. But that's another story, another video. But anyway, just sticking to this. Yeah, De Niro would have been like a towering figure, towering presence, because let's keep it a buck. When he was in his peak and his prime, people always quoted him. He referenced him, and from Taxi Driver to Goodfellas, it was De Niro's world, straight up. I mean, he was, so in hindsight, it worked out best that they didn't at that stage. Now, maybe later on, yes, until because ego and the whole element. So, but tell me what you think. Rob De Niro turning down Do the Right Thing. You agree with it, or would you have liked it? Where you stand on it for all these years? Classic movie, one of the greatest actors ever, one of the greatest directors in Spike Lee. Let me know. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another share if you like, and hit that membership because when you do requests like this, stay true. Thank you. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. And think about this too. If Robert De Niro had been in a Spike Lee movie, that would have predated Denzel Washington and Spike's run. How that might have changed things. I'm out.